from there.
So it's really great to see everybody come together. The circumstances of Dave's death were seriously shocking and tragic, and I think it left a lot of people trying to understand the best way to honor his memory. And I think after speaking with Debbie and some of his closest friends, Debbie Briggs and Rich Nolan, and the people that have been in his life throughout the journey of Dave's amazing life, we just kind of thought the best way to do it would be come back to where we all grew up and get together and spend some time together remembering this amazing guy who was someone who had a profound effect on everyone around him for a really, really long time. And I remember when Dave passed away, the thing that I can remark about the most was that everyone was so quick to talk about the influence that he had on their lives musically, and what Dave's music meant to everyone, how it had weaved itself into the fabric of their lives, and that was the thing that made him smile the most, and it was everything that he cared about and everything that he believed in. And from the time that I was a little punk-ass kid in North Miami Beach, I remember Dave Perdue with his guitar. He was the first friend I had in 8th grade at JFK. I came from North Miami and I didn't know anyone, and I was in Mrs. Boland's English class with Dave, and she was drunk. She was a ball buster. She was so drunk, and Dave would bring his guitar, and he would be noodling and doing hammer-ons and practicing in the back of the classroom, and I could not believe how excited I was that he was so talented, and he would be like, yeah, I'm going to jam with my bro Tony at my house later. You should come by. Everybody's going to be there. And everybody was there, and everybody who's here was there, in the yard, in the room, at Victory Park, at Flynn's on 71st Street when he jammed with Tony and those guys, and at Flossie's, and to see Metal Ace, and to see Red Alert, and if you needed a piece of gear, because he was always hauling gear around, and he became a staple in everybody's life. And he was a teacher and a friend. And the one thing that you'll know when you talk to people about Dave that knew him for decades and decades, he was cool to everybody all the time. He never hit you with attitude when you showed up, and even in the times when he was struggling, and he was a mighty struggler for some time, he was still the coolest guy. And if you put a guitar in his hands, he made it sing, and it made him smile, and that was what we will take with us always.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
always. We will remember David Perdue as the wailinest shredder that any of us ever knew.
Always.
And when, no matter what you said about Dave Perdue, you went to see him jam, and you always saw your friends, and you always had a good time, and he always nailed it. Caroline, we are so sorry for your loss. Your daddy was a special, special guy. He was a really special guy. And if you come away from this day knowing one thing, your dad was loved deeply, and he was respected, and he was revered. And even in his struggles, he was loved. And people are shocked and saddened by this. But in the true spirit of who Dave was, we get together at Reynolds Park, and we hang out, and we eat some food, and we drink some beers, and we explore the nature paths, because this is where we all came from, and it's where the heart of who Dave was began. So we're going to do that, and then hopefully we're all going to jam out on Tuesday night and throw a big rock and roll party.
I wish I could go, but I live at home.
And we're just going to celebrate Dave for who he was, the gem that we all remember. A friend of mine wrote something just about what happens as we celebrate life inside of death. And in this particular situation, what we can take with us today, after death, we celebrate life. And if that means now that we have reunions of relationships and friendships and people that we've known for decades, that's where we're going to find our comfort. So Debbie writes, death is no more than a change of consciousness. It's not an end. We who are left behind on the physical plane are the ones who feel the loss of someone who crosses. But the person has made the journey to the other side feels no loss. At this point, they're aware of the continuity and unity of all life, and the unbroken bond between loved ones. Love is still real and exists even after the change called death. All you love and enjoy remains the same with you because it is you. And so let us close our eyes, bow our heads, and see the Dave that we knew young, shredding. And we pray on behalf of Dave and all of us. We are the center of circumference of our lives, the beginningless and the endless part of me, the eternal reality of me. Thou art my whole soul, and so therefore, do not stand at my grave and weep, I am not there. I do not sleep. I am 1,000 winds that blow. I am the diamond's glints of snow. I'm the sunlight of ripened grain. I am the gentle autumn's rain. When you awaken in the morning hush, I am the swift uplifting rush of quiet birds in ordered flight. I am the soft stars that shine at night, and I am the music within your soul. I am the spark of power of rock and roll. Do not stand at my grave and cry, I am not there, I did not die, I rock on.
Whoa, yeah.
So, our dear friend Matt Kramer came by to hang out with us today, also one of Dave's oldest buddies and an extraordinary singer, and he wanted to sing for Dave today, so he's going to sing Amazing Grace. Welcome, Matt.
Yeah.
Honored to be here today. Adrian, that was a great Perdue, by the way. Everybody did a Perdue. I met Dave in junior high, got to know him in the early part of my high school years. Sat next to him and Scott Nolan in Coach G's class. By Oliver. And back then, Dave was the guy to be. I was honored to sit next to the guy. He was a big inspiration of me going into music, and he cut the path early into me and kind of inspired it, led the way to a lot of us to become inspired to music, I'm sure. I'm going to sing Amazing Grace for you guys. I usually don't sing it at these events, but for Dave. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I am found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to feel, and grace my fears relieve. How precious did that grace appear, the hour I first believed. Through many dangers, toils, needles and snails. I have already come. 'Tis grace that brought me here, safe thus far, and grace will lead me home. The Lord has promised good to me. His words my hope secures. He will my shield and portion be, as long as life endures. Yea, when this flesh and heart shall fail, and mortal life shall cease, I shall possess within the veil a life of joy and peace. When we've been here 10,000 years, bright shining as the sun, we've no less days to sing God's praise than when we first begun. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see.
Thank you so much. That was so
Hey guys, Johnny's gonna say something.
I just wanted to thank everybody for coming today. Dave would be honored, and he was
Dave's
so
here.
happy. Dave's here. And thank you, Matt, so much. That was so special. Never forget that.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Dave was not only my brother, he was the best friend I ever had. He was a loyal friend, he was a true friend, and I think you guys all know that. And we miss him a lot, but the blessing that came out of this is that we're all able to get together and release his spirit and share some love today. So I don't want to cry.
Celebrate his life.
Go ahead.
I'll cry.
But please, just everybody have a good time, talk, cherish each other, and all we have is today. So I love you guys.
I love you.
We love you.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Yeah.